Hey ladies, welcome to episode 35. You might be puzzled by the title. We're going to be talking about a backward bucket list. I know it might seem weird because you're thinking, I've watched that movie. Those men make a bucket list of things to do. This is a little bit different, but I want you to stick with me of a great exercise you can do in here. And I really believe it's actually going to feed your soul. All right, let's dive in. Welcome to the Health, Life, and More for Women podcast with certified health and life coach, mom of four, and just all-around lover of all things 80s, your host, Jennifer D'Amato. Buckle in, let's get started. All right, ladies, I'm over here laughing at myself because I had to go look up the name of the movie I was referencing, which I thought had some fancy name, but it's actually called The Bucket List. My goodness. I really enjoy Morgan Freeman as an actor. I've seen almost everything that he's done, and I did enjoy The Bucket List, right? It's this idea we get to a point in our lives and there's a lot of things we haven't done yet. And so we come up with this list. We write all these things down, places we want to go, things we want to experience, and maybe some of them have those emotional strings attached to them where we make amends with somebody, we ask for forgiveness. Bucket list. If you haven't seen the movie, I think it's 2007, great movie. I don't know where you can watch it these days, but it's a good one. Does anyone else miss Blockbuster sometimes? Anyway, totally other topic. But this is a different concept. A backwards bucket list. So this is actually something I do within client sessions, and I don't necessarily call it a backwards bucket list. It's what it is, and we're going to call it that because fun names are just that. They're fun. But I do this exercise with my clients, so I'm going to share that with you here. And it's something you can do so easily, but it really can be so impactful. So what I find often is that people get to a point in their life, and it's not that they're looking ahead like, oh, what are all the things I want to do? But they start thinking, I haven't done anything. How could I possibly start this new thing or go here or do this, create this new business, have kids, have teenagers, be a grandparent, whatever it is? How can I possibly navigate this new season? I'm not equipped. I don't have what I need to do this. So I have them do this exercise. I have them create a backwards bucket list. I actually used to call it kind of a backwards to-do list. And what it looks like is they actually physically turn their head backwards. Yep, we do this. It's very intentional to look behind us. So you, if you're not driving, can take a moment and actually physically turn your head to look behind you. And this simple act is going to serve as the igniting of what have you already accomplished? What are all the things that you've already done? Now, you might think first, how is this going to, fill my soul? How is this act of looking behind me going to help me now? I promise you, every time I've done this, it does. For me and every client I've worked with. So go with me. What you need is simply a piece of paper. Maybe you're a tech person and you're like, I'm typing this out. But when you look behind you, what are all the things that you've already accomplished? They can be big things like getting your master's degree. They can be things you don't acknowledge as an accomplishment, maybe, like buying your first home. Maybe it was starting that first job. Maybe it was having a job at 16 years old and earning money then. Oh yeah, we're going way back for this. We're going as far back as you can remember accomplishments. I can remember one of the top on my list for this backwards bucket list. One of the accomplishments was I spoke at our 8th grade promotion ceremony. It's not a graduation, promotion ceremony. I was asked to be the student speaker. You're thinking maybe, Jen, that was 8th grade. You're 40 years old. I get it. But this is a backwards bucket list of all of my accomplishments. So it's going on there. It's something I accomplished, something I achieved. It might not have the same weight as getting my bachelor's in psychology, having my 4 children, starting a business, starting a podcast, buying a house. It might not have the same weight. It's not about ranking. It's about listing the accomplishments that you recall. All of them. You may go further back than I can. I'm headed back 8th grade. That's about the first one that I'm really highlighting. You may go further back and there was an accomplishment you had. Maybe you submitted a piece of writing for a literary magazine. Maybe you overcame a really tough home situation. You achieved it. You accomplished it. Write it down. And then I just want you to keep writing. I want you to write all of the things that you've ever accomplished. And if you are like me and you've had more than one kid, you write each of those kids as an accomplishment. I get credit for all 4. All 4 via C-section. Oh, yes. I achieved it. I accomplished that. I'm writing each of them down. Maybe you got out of debt. Wow. Write it down. Whatever comes to mind for you as an accomplishment. This is your backwards bucket list. Because, now here it is. There are times you're going to get to in your life where you're like, I can't do this. This is really hard. I have no idea how I'm ever going to complete this. This is too difficult of a season to get through. I just can't. I don't see how this is even possible. I don't have it within me. I don't have the strength. I don't have the know-how. You are going to turn your head and look back. You are going to look at this backwards bucket list. You have done so much already. You've traveled to those places. You've made that big purchase. You've won that battle. You got out of that situation. You changed for the better. You grew in love. Turn your head. Take a look back. You've done hard things already. You've already accomplished so much in your life that whatever is in front of you that might seem hard, difficult, like a struggle, this is your fuel. This is that spare tank that you tap into when you think, I don't have the know-how, I don't have the ability, I don't have the strength. You tap right into this and go, if I've done all these things, heck yeah, I can do this. Woo! Your girl Jen is fired up over here. I probably just blew your speakers out while you're listening to this. If you have earbuds in, I'm so sorry. Not sorry. This is exciting. This is so exciting because I know how life works. I know that even though things might seem pretty good right now, it's gonna hit the fan. When we're listening to this, I don't know if we're done with the pandemic coronavirus, but let me tell you, as I'm recording this, we're in it. I'm sitting here in it and it's hard and I hate it and it sucks. But I've done hard things before. I've come out of them. It's how I know I'll be okay coming out of this. I turn my head and look back at all the things that I've done, all the things that I've been able to overcome. This is a drop in the bucket. Come on, puns. This is a drop in the bucket for all that I've already overcome, the things that I've already been through. I can do hard things. This is nothing compared to what I've already done. This list changes how I approach the new struggles. There are new struggles. If you are an entrepreneur listening, you know what I'm talking about. If you are a parent listening, you know what I'm talking about. If you're married or in a relationship and you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. There are times when everything is just still. Oh, but that doesn't usually last long. It doesn't last long. That's just life. But what if you had a way to tap into the best of yourself to get you through when the waves come crashing in and the water's not so still anymore? And here's the thing, it's about you. It's already within you. All those things that you just listed, all your accomplishments are you. It's within you. Those versions of yourself that did all those things are still in there. I used to say, Jen Day is in me. Day is my maiden name. Jen Day is in me. There's a whole list of things Jen Day did before she was Jennifer D'Amato. Anyone from high school knows it was Jen Day. One word. She did a lot of amazing things. She accomplished things that blow my mind when I look back at them. She's still in me. She's part of me. And tapping into that for fuel when things get tough for Jennifer D'Amato, building a business, raising teenagers, entering close to 20 years married. There are tough times. There are tough times, but man, when I tap into that, it is my reminder. I can do hard things. I've already done so many amazing things. I can do this. Without my backwards bucket list, I don't believe I'd have my amazing coaching practice. I don't believe I'd be sitting here talking to you all each and every week. I don't believe it'd be possible because it's been really hard. It's been tough. There's been struggles and obstacles, and I actually don't even think they're done. I believe there'll be more to come because I'm always striving for more. Brings on more obstacles, more struggles. But you know what? I've added to that list. I've added to that list. I've added to that list. It fuels me. It fuels me when things get tough. I love this exercise. It's probably on the top 5 of coaching sessions I have with clients. And listening to others build this list, oh, man, I love doing mine. I have that. But when they start accessing this and what shows up for them, it's probably one of the most powerful things that they do. I love it. I love it. All right, here's a fun challenge for you. If you make your backwards bucket list, take a picture of you with your list, selfie that stuff, tag Health, Life, and More for Women on Instagram. I want to give you a shout out for stepping into this amazing exercise. I can't wait to see all of the backwards bucket lists out there. And then I want you to put that list somewhere that you can easily get to it. Maybe it's next to your bed, it's in your office, you bring it to your home office. I don't know where you need it. Maybe you need it right in your purse or your bag just so that you can look at it on a daily basis because you might be in the midst of the struggle. I can't wait to see these online. Post yours, tag me in it. The link is below if you're looking for the Instagram account for the podcast. This is going to be fun. All right, until next week. Hey ladies, have you heard the news? I have expanded my coaching practice for you. Yes, There are no limits on what we can work on together. I'll partner with you to get unstuck, partner with you to reach your goals, whether they're health-related, life-related, or you're just struggling with the thoughts in your own mind. We can work together to get you unstuck, setting goals and specific actions that are gonna have you stepping into your best life ever. If you're like, that's me, heck yeah, where do I sign up? Don't forget, go into the show notes, click on the link, www.healthcoachforlife.com/life coaching. You can start as soon as today if you click the link. Maybe you're still not sure and you're like, Jen, I'd rather meet with you and talk first. No problem. Just click the button on the website that says book a free consultation before deciding. I can't wait to meet with you so that you can step into the best version of yourself. And don't forget, you can follow the podcast on Instagram. Just search Health, Life, and More for Women. Tag the podcast when you're listening, share it with a friend, and thanks in advance for leaving a review.